thinking about moving to one of the top golf communities in Austin, Texas, but not sure how to choose which one is the one for you? Well, today we're going 16 miles northwest of Austin out to River Place. We're gonna give you all the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. Is it hot or not? So stick around as we tell you all the goods. Hey, I'm Nicole Cooper, and my team and I absolutely love helping people like you find their perfect home that matches their lifestyle. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, we're always available to help. Now let's get started on River Place. Oh, did I mention? Don't forget to subscribe. River Place, 16 miles northwest of Austin, Texas. Straight out 2222, and you're gonna hit it and take a left. It's right there. Before we get started on what makes River Place hot, I just want to let you know, on average, what happens in the community. Homes close prices, as of the last 6 months, they've been on average of selling around $1 million. That puts it around $310 a square foot. The average size home is over 3,000 feet, around 3,300 square feet per home, and the size of the lot is just over 1/4 of an acre. The homes were built mostly in the 90s with some in the early 2000s, but you're gonna find the majority of homes built in the 90s. You won't find any new construction out there unless something has been torn down or burned down because they used all the lots when they did their original build out there. And you can get into the community in the 600,000s. In the last 6 months, the lowest home priced for sale in the community was $650,000. Now, what makes this community hot? What gives it that $1 million price point on average? Well, our first pro, the best thing about River Place is big views. In fact, the main road through it is called Big View Drive. So there, picture West Austin, rolling hill country, large, really big ravines and cliffs out there, so much so that there are little seating places to overlook, like the scenic overlooks. One of them overlooks the golf to the clubhouse. One of them just overlooks the big ravine over the whole neighborhood with lots of homes out in the view. It is absolutely up and down undulation, breathtaking, and just green everywhere. And I say green, and we're even in winter because there's live oaks and evergreens out there. So it always looks like a perfect forest out when you're overlooking those big ravines. Number 2, good schools. If you have children, then the schools that it feeds into are 4 Points Middle School, River Place Elementary School, and Vandergrift High School. I'll show you those grades right now here in the computer. The schools that River Place feeds into are Vandergrift High School here, and we're looking on niche.com. It's voted number 11 best public Texas high schools in Texas, a grade of an A+. The high school rankings are here. Look at this, best public high schools in Texas. Out of 1,847, it's number 11. Pretty good in sports too. It's number 14 out of 1,627 for best high school for athletes in Texas. And as far as college prep goes, it's number 21 out of 1,505. Here's our proficiency readings in academics: 65% proficient in reading, 70% proficient in math. Average SAT scores 1,300, average ACT is 30. 4 Points Middle School, it gets an A. That's voted number 10 best public middle school in Austin, Texas. We go a little bit down here as far as in the state of Texas. As far as public middle schools, for the teachers in the state of Texas, it's 50 out of 2,037. As far as schools, it's 90 out of 2,259. And in diversity, it's 446 out of 2,347. Proficiency readings, they get 58% in reading and 67% in math. As far as the elementary school goes, it gets an A also. It's voted number 20 for best public elementary school in Travis County. And niche.com ranks this elementary school 187 for best school teachers and 348 for best schools. And its proficiency readings in reading is 56% and in math is 49%. So those are our schools for River Place. The third pro about living in River Place are the amenities. It's got an 18-hole golf course, tennis courts, pickleball courts, amenities, dining centers, and then outside the country club itself, there are soccer fields, parks, hiking trails, biking trails. The community is a very outdoorsy kind of community, like much of West Austin, but when you have beautiful hill country and trails to go hiking, people take advantage of it all the time. The fourth pro is its proximity to Town Lake. The back portion of the neighborhood, the newer part, it actually fronts the water on Town Lake. There's some large homes out there, and that really brings that average sale price up. Is when it's waterfront, it's usually double or triple what it would normally bring if it were just a regular interior lot home. So there are points of access you can get to the lake from River Place. So you can launch your boat very nearby, you can get to the lake parks very nearby, and that is very appealing for many of the homeowners in River Place. The last pro for you before we move on to what's not so hot is the actual price for the country club. The initiation fee is the lowest of our 10 private clubs at only $10,000. So you get all of the amenities and all of the golf, tennis, wellness and things for just low price of $10,000. A little bit about the golf course. It is a Pete Dye design. There's some short holes with dog legs, some blind kind of tee shots and things. So it's a little bit different style of golf course, but you get a lot of community, a lot of country club for just $10,000 initiation. Now, what's not so hot? Why wouldn't you want to live in River Place? Well, the first thing might be the commute. If you have to work downtown every day, then that road coming in and out on 2222 can get pretty backed up at rush hour time of day. Now there is a back way. You can come, unlike Steiner Ranch where there's only one way in and one way out, for River Place you can exit in two separate directions, but it still both eventually feeds you onto 2222, and that can get backed up at rush hour time of day. So if you're a work from home kind of person, or hey, even better, you don't have to work at all, then this won't affect you. Number two, what's not so hot is there's limited kind of restaurants, dining, and shopping out there. The intersection of 2222 and 620, there are some restaurants, there's a cinema even, and big Home Depot and big box stores like that out there, but you won't find too many like locally owned restaurants or fancy restaurants to go to at night. It's kind of slim pickings. You can either go further out into Lakeway, or you're gonna come back into Austin to have a lot more choices for dining and entertainment. The third con is the higher cost of living. I mean, the average price per home closed is $1 million. So, that's pretty high cost of living for most people, but again, you get a low entry fee to the golf. So maybe it works out for you. At only $10,000 initiation for the country club, $1 million for a home, maybe that's a good equilibrium for you. But otherwise, the cost of living can be pretty high out there. Lastly, there's no public transportation out there, as is the case in most of West Austin. There's no train or buses that's going to get you to town, and like I mentioned before, you will have to leave the community to go grocery shopping, to a restaurant, or to movies or entertainment. So you're going to need a car if you're living in River Place. But hey, most people in Texas have to have a car anyway, so it's not that big of a con. So you tell me, do you think River Place is hot or not? We've got big views, we're near the lake, we've got hiking trails, soccer fields, golf, tennis, wellness. We even have good schools. What's not so hot? Well, if you have to commute in town, the traffic may be kind of a bummer. There's a little bit limited nightlife out there, but that's kind of the case as soon as you get out of the Austin suburb or out of the Austin city proper. And let's face it, most of the golf communities are west of the Austin city proper. So if you're moving to a country club, generally speaking, it's going to be a little bit quieter. If you like the idea of a low initiation fee for a country club and a beautiful community, and you want to see more in person, then give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until the next time, I hope to see you around town.